This is going to be a really quick fit out because my desk is occupied, so this is a little mobile sort of fit out area. So you can see this model. It's a beauty. There's no driver in there, which is a bit of a shame. Got a lot of detail on the bogies there. M62 class. Really nice. So that should just pull apart really, quite easy, according to the instructions. That just pulls off. See the detail on there, and it's got conventional, it's an old model this, it's got conventional incandescent bulbs there, so it's made in Austria. Really heavy model this. Pull out the 8-pin plug, remembering the star location on the top right, that tells you which way to put the plug in. Right, so the star symbol is for the orange wire to go in where that star marker is there on the bottom left hand side. So put that in, making sure that you isolate the auxiliary cable there. You don't want that shorting out and anything. And basically wrap the wires around, stick it on there. That should be job done. So I'll just tidy them wires up next. There we go, it's all tidied up, the wiring. Bit of masking tape there. Isolated the auxiliary cable. Pop the body on. Probably could have put a speaker up this end if required. If I want to make it sound, I could easily put a speaker there, I suppose. Don't think it's going to interfere too much with the cabs. That would be fine. So anyway, it's non-sound this Roco, so let's get a body on, get it on the track, try it out. Right, I've had to break out the proper programming track and the Esu programmer there, and because I cannot change the direction lighting, it's set up wrong for some reason. The chip's in correctly. Can't adjust it on the ECOS programming track, so I'm hoping I can rectify it on here now. So stop that, go into Decoder. I've just realised now I think I might have to adjust the function outputs. Not thinking properly here at all. Let's have another look anyway. Let's right, so that's wrong. Go to Decoder, let's go to function outputs, and this is where I've got it wrong here now, so I just need to swap go function mapping, so I need to swap forward and reverse. Front light 1 needs to be rear light 1. Rear light 1, disconnect that. Rear light 1 needs to be front light 1. Then hopefully this should work now. Write the information to the chip. It's all to do with the lighting setup on this model, I think. Go, let's see what happens now. I've got dirty track. Oh no, the loco's not on the track properly. There we go, that's right. Oh, that had me. Normally they just work properly. Out the box, default, everything should work properly, but with it being a modern chip on an old loco, maybe that's something to do with it. Anyway, it's all working now. Function mapping was wrong. All done and dusted. I'll get this back on the track. Right, so I decided I had to take the body off again because something was snagging on the bottom here, as well, you've got all that really fine detail on the bogies, and there's a lot of things that just need to be perfectly lined up before you put the body on anyway. Body only goes on one way, but to get the cab out, you just carefully manipulate the cab door windows out, and then this section here just pulls back very easily, and then you can get that out. The cab itself, let's have a look at that. You can see how intricate that is. With all the light prisms, very intricate. You've got to be careful not to snap that, and you can put a driver in there now, so I'll do that. Reason being, it's such a big cab. It'd be really nice to put in. I've got a couple of these spare drivers from Knock, and I don't know which one to go for. I think the red one might be nice actually. That dude, he'd stand out. And I'll just get the driver's seat there. I'm gonna have to don't know, he might go. No, he's too tall there. Looks like he's levitating or whatever. That's not quite right, is it? I'm gonna need a much smaller one. In fact, these drivers might not be that settable. Oh, that one, he's not too bad, I suppose. Because chop his knees off a bit more. Chuck him in. I'll do that. Right, so I've had to cut him right back to above the waistline. And what I'm going to do now is use copy decks, as I do always. Just a tiny bit of that all around the bottom there, and that should be sufficient to place him perfectly in the cab like that. That looks a lot better, more realistic. So I'll let that set and then rebuild this. I've just realised I've made a mistake on this. Just by putting the driver in on this model, the kinematics have been blocked up. I'm not sure whether that's got a plug in there you can take out. I think it has actually, but the body only goes on one way, and we've got the realistic and prototypical end on this end, and the other end is different. So I'm going to have to swap the cabs, take the driver out of the one I've just stuck him in there, and put him at the opposite end. So to do that, you've got to take this plastic frame system out, because on this model you've got the cab doors at one end and they walk through to the other end, which I didn't realise. You've got to carefully manipulate this plastic engine room shroud, which is really difficult to do without causing any damage. You've got to be extremely careful. I've got 6 of them out. Six of the pegs are out except for this last one in the corner. You can't force it. Just got to be so careful. Let's see. Just got to be so very careful. There we go, that's out. So you've got to take that shrouding out. Oh, it's so difficult this. I've never seen anything like this before. You've got to get that out, and eventually it will come out. The engine room detail. There we go. The engine room detail has got to come out to get to the cab there, and then the cab should just slot out extremely carefully. I've got a window section here stopping it. So again, I'm going to have to take that out. Is that glued in? No, it shouldn't be. This job's turning into a ridiculous amount of work now. Wish I never bothered with that guy putting them in. It's very easy to snap something, but I've got that piece there which is stopping it moving back on the cab. Very, very tricky. I've got multiple windows. I don't want to damage them. What do? Do I abort? Need to get a special flexible plastic piece to get that out. Right, this is an absolutely ridiculous amount of work I've had to do. I've had to slide in 2 travel cards from 2012. And I travelled from Cookham into central London into Paddington. And that was a special day actually. It was a really good day. And I've slided those in to manipulate the windows out all the way along. These windows have got to come out on both sides. And then sorry about that. You carefully manipulate the plastic out. And then it comes out with the help of some London day travel cards. That is just bizarre. I never thought they'd come in useful for doing something like that. So then it gives you access to the other end of the cab, and hopefully with a bit of careful, yeah, there we go, take that out, and then I can put the driver in this end, then redo the driver on that end, making sure not to damage any light prisms. So I'm going to repeat the process again to rebuild, making sure you get this in right. So it's the cab end without the doors I'm looking at, and then the driver's in there. Slide that in nicely. Just being careful not to force anything. Right, so there we go, that's in. And then the next stage is the glazing. Put that back in. That was so difficult to get out. Put the glazing back in. Looks like it's going to be difficult putting it in as well. Or maybe not. Oh, that went in nice. And then that goes in. Engine room detail. Hoping that goes in okay. Yeah, that's nearly there. There we go. One. That's not lining up. Now it is. Wow, that is unbelievable just to get that driver in. That's all lined up. Other end goes back in. Making sure not to, so careful not to damage the light prisms, because if they go, it's game over. That's it. It's all in nice and flush. Putting the cab, window, door, shrouds. That's it, that's all good to go. Prototypical end goes at the blocked off end of the actual loco, then that should just clip on. I'm hoping it does. There we go, it does. Something not right on that, just need to double check. the movement. Double check to make sure these the plastic details all correct, and that's it. I'll put it on the track, give it another go. Right, so the loco's on the track, lighting is working nice. Got the driver in there. That's worth putting in. I think it is worth doing the effort, because you can see a driver in there clear as anything, so that's nice. We're going to test the loco through some double slips now. Some really, because before it was derailing because of the bogies, the detail on the bogies were catching through the points. So I'm just hoping this is going to work okay. Might possibly put sound on this in the future. I'm not 100% sure, but let's have a look at that. Let's see. That's looking good for that right hand slip, for the right hand point, for the left hand double slip, then through a right hand double slip. Yeah, that's looking good. Bring it back. Yeah, that'll do me, that now. That'll do me. What was supposed to be a very, very simple fit out had turned into a ridiculous one. Well, it's all done now, and again, thanks for watching.